Hi there. Today we are going to learn about how to find percentage of an amount and also how to increase or decrease an amount by a given percentage. So to start with, we have a starter here, and here we are going to change percentage into decimals. This is something that Mr. Jones taught you in lesson 5 just a few days ago. So hopefully you remember that. Um, just a quick recap that if you have a percentage and you want to change it into decimal, all you have to do is divide by 100. So 60 divided by 100, that will give you 0.6. Okay, so just try to remember that and try to do these 4 questions for me. I would like you to now pause the video, and when you finish, you check your answers, come back to the video, check your answers, and also bring a calculator with you because it is a calculator lesson today, so you will need the calculator. See you in a bit. Okay, so the answers that you would have got will be that 60% is equal to 0.6, 32% will be equal to 0.32, 78% will be 0.78, 91% is 0.91, and 115% is 1.15. Okay, so now the main lesson for today, as I said, will involve to find percentage of an amount. So to start with, I'll show you how we do that using a calculator. Okay, so I have got a few questions here. Let's have a look at the first question. Well, to find 50% of 300, first thing you do, that is the first step, to change 52% into decimal. Okay, so what do? When you do that, you will be doing 52 divided by 100, and that will be equal to 0.52, as we were doing that in starter. And then we multiply this decimal by the amount that is given to us. Okay, so 0.52 times by 300, and we use the calculator to do that. So we do 0.52 times by 300, and that gives me 156. I could have done this in one go, so I could have just feed in 52 divided by 100 and then times by 156. So this part is giving you the decimal, and this part is the bit that you have to change into the decimal. Sorry, I shouldn't have put 156, it should be 300. Okay, so your answer is 156. Now here I have got 3 more questions for you. I would like you to have a go at them. If you need to pause the video, actually you will need to pause the video. So please pause the video, and when you finish, come back to it and check your answers. Okay, so the answers you would have got will be these. This was the question that we were discussing earlier. The next bit will be 39. That will be your second answer. For the third question, you would have got £450, and for question number 4, you would have got 140. Okay. Now, uh, I would like you to pause the video again and try question number 1, 2, and 3 from worksheet 1. Okay. Once you have done it, please make sure that you mark your answers and then come back to the video again. Okay. Okay. Now this is the second objective that I want to do with you, to learn how to increase or decrease an amount by a given percentage. Okay. So for example here, I need to increase 150 by 20%. Now, one of the things that we can do here is work out 20% as I will be doing here. So this is my first method. So you increase 150 by 20% by firstly working out 20% of 150. So 20% is same as 0.2. So you do 0.2 times by 150, that is 30. And then after that, I have to remember to add 30 to 150 to get my new amount, because remember, we are increasing 150 by 20%. So this is the 20%, so we have to increase 150 by that amount, and that is 180. But there is a quicker way. There is another way, and in that method, we actually use multiplier to find to increase an amount. Okay, so how to work out that multiplier first? So what we do is we take our original amount as to be our 100%. We know that, and I think Mr. Malkin was telling you about this in his lesson. So this is your 100%, and you want to increase it by 20%, and that is therefore is 120%. That is the amount you need at the end of your um, question. Okay, so what we do is we find 120% of 150 straight away. So what we do 120%, change that into a decimal. That will be 1.2, because you divide this by 100, and that will be 1.2, and then you multiply this 1.2 by your original amount, which is 150, and that gives you, let's find out whether it will give you this amount or not. So 1.2 times by 150, and that gives me 180, as you can see. Okay, so what we do, we find the multiplier and then take the multiplier and times it by the original amount to get the new amount. This is kind of a formula that will help you to with other questions as well. Okay, but literally this is what we are doing. Find the multiplier and then times it by the original amount. Let's try another question. Increase 490 by 16%. So what we do, because it is an increase, so we take our 100% and we add, this time add, because it's increased, by 16%. You get 160%. You change that into a decimal. That becomes your multiplier. And then you take 1.16 and times it by 490 to get your answer. So let's do that. 1.16 times by 490, and that gives you 568.4. Remember, if the question is in money, for example, they have used £490 to be increased by 16%, then in the answer I must write the answer in money, so like in pounds and pence. So 568 pounds and 40 pence. Okay, so that would be your answer. Similarly, if we want to decrease something, guess what we will do? We will have to this time take away, because we are decreasing our original amount. So by how much? We are decreasing it by 12%. That means that it has to be 88%, which is equivalent to 0.88. That is my multiplier. We take the multiplier and times it by my original amount, which is 0.88, and that will become 286.88. So again, if this amount is in money, then you give your answer in money as well. Okay. Now, what I would like you to do is go back to your worksheet 1 and try question number 4 onwards. Okay. all the questions, try all of them, and please mark your answers. Thank you.